On to the next topic. Some big time news happened with in regards to the Timberwolves.
Huge news, guys.
Tim Connelly is signing with them to be their new president of operations. It's a 5-year deal worth $40 million. He has an ownership stake in the team as well. Now, the Timberwolves, I think, are making moves. I mean, this is the big-time move. Big time. Alex Rodriguez helped leading the charge at ownership
Talk
stake.
about it. That's what I'm talking about. A-Rod, the
Glenn
GOAT.
Taylor. I like this move with Tim Connelly. And Masai Ujiri left Denver in 2013, went on to Toronto, won a championship with Toronto, built Toronto up. Now, then Tim Connelly took over from 2013 to up till now, and now he's going to Minnesota. Does this mean the Minnesota Timberwolves will win a championship? It might mean that.
Wow.
Because you look at Tim Connelly's
Gotta get
record.
out the first round first, bro.
You got to look at the track record of drafting. 2013, he drafted Nikola Jokic. 2014, Doug McDermott, which he flipped to Gary Harris and Yusuf Nurkic. 2015, Emmanuel Mudiay. We know he wasn't good. 2016, Jamal Murray, Malik Beasley. 2017, Donovan Mitchell. This was a huge whiff, trading Mitchell for Trey Lyles. Drafted Monte Morris in that same draft. 2018, Michael Porter Jr. 2020 and 2021, Zeke Naji and Bones Holland. So from 2013 to this point, just in the draft alone, he's drafted Jamal Murray, Monte Morris, Mudiay, Bones Holland, Gary Harris, Malik Beasley, MPJ, Trey Lyles, Jokic, Nurkic, and Zeke Naji. That's the Nuggets' entire core. The only guy that's missing is Paul Millsap, who they signed in free agency. But this is literally, and Will Barton. Aaron Gordon, but we don't acknowledge him too much. He built this entire team. Minnesota right now, they need this team to be built. Like they have the star players, but they just need the supporting cast around the players.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You have Anthony Edwards, who's going to be an All-NBA player. Cat's an All-NBA player already. D'Lo, does he get traded? Does he not? If he doesn't get traded, he's still an all-star level point guard. Pat Bev, heart and soul, was on an entire media tour the other day. I think Tim Connelly.
Did you like that at all?
That he's been cooking?
No, that he went on a world media tour after losing in the first round.
Yeah, because he brings that energy.
Okay, I guess.
He's made it interesting to watch.
Okay.
I think Minnesota landing Tim Connelly is a big time move. And he probably viewed this situation knowing they got Anthony Edwards. I could win a championship with that guy being the best player.
It's crazy because
over Jokic? Like he's like, you know what, I got Nikola Jokic.
Jokic, the MVP. Roster is as good as it's gonna get right now.
It's Conley and the Joker have a great relationship, so it's kind of sucks that he left. He turned down the Washington Wizards offer, the same offer 3 years ago, and they had Bradley Beal. So it's interesting that he decided, he looked at Minnesota, he decided this is a place I can definitely go. Like you said, they've let now Masai go and Conley go. Conley has built this franchise up to a Western Conference contender for 9 years, but you are a fool, and I'm gonna tell you why you're a fool. The Minnesota Timberwolves are not a Western Conference shit. I don't know what you were talking about. I don't know why you keep spewing that nonsense. But you guys are like I'm gonna say you guys because you're a real diehard Minnesota fan, and I could care less about them. I'm gonna let you know and your fans know that you're like 2-3 years away. Next year you won't be there. The Clippers dominate.
They can't make the West Conference Finals next year?
No, the Clippers are better. The Warriors are better. Phoenix is probably still better. Dallas will punch it on y'all. Memphis is better.
That's tough.
Memphis is better.
That's tough.
Memphis is better.
Pelicans are on the rise.
Watch
Memphis
out.
is better. The team that the Minnesota should have beat them in the first round.
Memphis is better.
They blew 3 leads.
They beat you.
Big time leads.
Did they win?
Who was a better team?
Did they win?
Who was a better team?
Who won?
Minnesota's a better team.
You said who's the better team? Who's second seed?
Minnesota's a better team.
Who's
Who's we?
No, let him say we. Who's the second seed?
Memphis.
Who won the series?
Frauds.
So the frauds beat you guys. Interested enough.
So the second seed got taken to the brink by the 7th seed.
Bro, are you serious about them being frauds?
Memphis? They are frauds.
They beat you guys. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if they're frauds or not. They're
won.
Not
frauds.
Minnesota should have beat them in the first round. We know this.
But they didn't.
We know this, though.
No, we don't. We don't know that.
It's common
they
knowledge.
Blew three
and
20-point games.
Denver healthy?
Exactly.
Do you deserve?
They were a better. Wait, hold on.
Do you deserve to win anything with that?
I know
Remember
that,
what he did with the
that,
Atlanta in the next series? It should have been this. It should have been
we're
that.
Gonna different circumstances.
Look.
We're gonna talk about this later on in the show in a few. But the Celtics have won 10 quarters out of the 12 versus Miami. How do you feel about that?
Listen, they had no Jimmy Butler, and the Celtics lost.
But the Heat still won regardless, even though the Celtics have been playing better for the majority of the series.
Denver healthy.
You know what?
Is
You still have
Minnesota
to
better?
acknowledge that.
So if the Heat end up winning the series, but the Celtics played them for the majority
Yeah,
of the
he's gonna
series,
push.
The Celtics
what are you going to say?
Credit to the Heat.
Okay, but you know Celtics are probably the better team.
Oh, listen,
Denver
we know
healthy
that, and
is
I still
Minnesota
very
better.
So that's why I'm
confident
saying
the Heat are
Minnesota's
gonna
better.
win.
Denver healthy is Minnesota better.
I don't know.
Denver healthy is Minnesota better.
It's a debate.
That's 4 teams better than Minnesota. Your
debate.
window. Listen, Connelly's been great.
Listen, you're talking to the guy who holds Jamal Murray as one of the greatest playoff performers of our time.
I mean,
so maybe
you
the window isn't here, buddy. You'll be a good playoff
you are making
team.
this assumption because you don't think Edwards is taking the next step.
No, I think he can take a step, but the Clippers are better than you guys. The Warriors will be here.
The window is there. If they put the pieces around, it's there.
You'll be a good playoff team for the next 2 years. You'll be that. But your window
2 years?
No, I mean they'll be I'm talking about just a good play. Their window to win a championship is after those 2 years. But these next 2 years, you're just gonna be a regular playoff team. You're just the West is too
regular, so
strong.
nobody's gonna look at the Timberwolves like, damn,
Bro,
we
they
gotta
just-
beat
all
them
right,
4 times.
I'll say this. They just went 7 against the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. They still have one of the premier young talents in the league in Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns.
Everybody will be back next year.
For,
That's why I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it as like
It was
healthy-wise.
six.
teams are. It was 6.
Oh, was it 6 games?
Yep.
I'm looking at it as teams are coming back next year. Not. It's not that they're not talented. They're actually good, but teams are coming back, and I think the teams that are coming back, like Denver and the Clippers, are better than them, along with
I
the
agree.
Warriors,
I agree.
the Grizzlies, and Phoenix. That's 5 teams, and Dallas, I think, can argue that are better. I think they may not be better, but Luke can beat them.
Of course.
So that's 6 teams already.
You think the Suns are gonna be better?
Yeah.
It's despicable.
I don't know if you mean that. Just the way you just
That's
let that
ridiculous.
off. Because I agree. I think the Suns will be better.
I don't think so.
I just named 6 teams. Good
Chris
luck.
Paul is older, and the Ayton is probably leaving.
What about the respect for Devin Booker and Monty Williams?
Anthony Edwards is gonna be better than him next year.
Oh, next year?
Yep.
Next
You
year,
really jump steps. God damn, next year.
I don't know about next year.
Next year's crazy.
Devin Booker's him.
Edwards is too. He's
I
him.
agree.
He's more
I
him.
agree.
He's more him.
Come on. You just love taking that extra mile.
Devin Booker made his first playoffs at 26.
We know his team was abysmal. He was playing with Tyler Ulis.
And let's not forget
Like,
the
come
bubble,
on, bro.
man. 8-0 to close the bubble and almost made the playoffs.
Stop.
Bro, that was
saying
impressive. That was impressive.
Nobody cares about that.
Why?
They didn't make the playoffs.
I agree, but
they didn't
it
even
was
make the
still-
play-in.
They didn't.
So it doesn't matter about an 8-0
They
stretch.
went 8-0, dude.
They didn't make the play.
The
They went to the
only-
bubble for no reason.
The only way, yeah, but the only way that they had a chance to even compete for the bubble, for the play-in, was
you have
to
to
go
stop
8-0.
doing stuff like that.
Yeah,
What?
low key.
It will be better than Devin Booker next year.
You think that's a hot take?
Yes, Devin Booker's only 26 years old.
That's not a hot take. Edwards is him.
No, it's a hot take, but
Edwards is
I
him.
understand, but
Is Edwards top
I don't
20 right
agree.
now?
Top 25.
So he's going to
30.
jump about 15 spots all the way to D-Book.
Why not?
Okay.
D Book jumped that many spots,
D-Book last year was like top 18.
but he jumped.
8
That
spots.
playoff run made him jump a lot.
that's not
last year.
necessarily true. I feel like
No, it was
Booker
after
was
this
already
regular season. People
I
were
was gonna
like
say
putting
Booker
him
was
up.
already getting respected as the top 25 player for a few years now.
Trae Young jumped that much.
Trae Young made an ECF.
All right.
He had a historic season. Edwards has to do that.
Edwards can do that. He's capable of doing
He
it.
can, but he has to
I don't
do
think
it.
he'll
That's
do
what
it
he's
next
saying,
year.
which I
Yeah,
agree.
but we're projecting.
But yeah, we don't think he'll do it next year.
Projecting
We don't-
allows you to do anything.
We don't
man.
think he'll do
It's
it next
beautiful.
year. Not next year.
I think he will.
You'll be wrong.
He will average like 26, 27 next year.
He could average that.
I can see that. Efficiency?
That's the
It'll
question.
be spotty.
You think so?
What was his
It's been
efficiencies
so.
this year?
What do you mean think so? That's been facts. His efficiency is spotty.
His efficiency has been spotty for the season. The splits aren't bad.
What's the splits?
45% from the field, 36% from three.
Average.
That's not.
No,
That's
the
really
3-point
good.
percent is league average.
Yeah, but that's Devin Booker's been league average from three for years.
44 and 36. I'm taking that, dude.
44 is cool. 36 league average. What's the free throws?
You love asking me questions I don't know the answers.
77%.
Oh.
Now I'm playing. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm just guessing it's that
Is it 77?
based on what I've seen.
Boy needs to get better at that line then.
79. 79.
LeBron like.
No, actually a little bit better,
What about like 2%?
I think.
He's a guard shooting 79% from the free throw line.
79 is not
That's
bad.
8 for 10, bro.
That's not 8 for 10.
Dude, it's
That's
a little bit less.
7.9
It's a little-
for
yes,
10.
Correct.
There you go.
Come
That's
on,
8 for
Riggs.
10.
There you
Enough.
go.
Enough.
It's literally 8 for 10 though.
I don't know. 26 points?
Like Tatum shoots like 82, 83%.
Tatum takes horrible
24 to
from the free
26 a
throw.
game.
Tatum takes
I'm saying from the free throw, 82, 83% from the free
yeah.
throw.
24 to
Wow.
26 a game.
24 to 26. Oh, so now you dropped it just to save yourself.
I'm just giving you.
I'm fine with 26.
You said
giving
26,
you. I'm
27.
giving you an estimate.
You
Is
said
that
26,
fine?
27 at first.
Can I not give you an estimate?
He averaged how many points last season?
21.
And he averaged the same this year.
No, rookie season he averaged 19.
Okay.
Then he averaged 21. Yep.
Okay, let's see it. Okay, let's see it. 20, and there'll be
Such a hater.
there'll be
You're asking me or?
There'll be a top 5 seed.
got it. Like they were tough. Okay.
They'll be the 5th seed.
You see how he's lowballing?
I think
No,
they could
I know
be-
there are a lot of good teams in the West.
No, there's a lot.
I'll say top 7. Lock.
Top 7 lock?
No worse than that.
Fair. I see
So
top 8
play-in.
lock. I mean, yeah,
No,
there's
but
no
I'm-
really lock for it.
No, I'm just
the
saying,
top 7.
I don't think that they should be lower than 7.
7
yeah.
is playing now.
I know.
You wanna
But you
say
guys
top
should win.
6?
You want?
No, you
I
won't
would-
be top 6.
I don't know.
He loves to hate on things.
You were 7 and teams
He
were hurt
does
this
love
year.
to hate on things.
That's
yes.
hating? That's
no,
hating?
No.
You were
no.
hold on.
I'm just stating facts.
You were 7th seed and teams were hurt. You were 7th seed. You were in the play-in this year and the Clippers didn't have Kawhi.
Yeah.
Is it wrong for me to
You guys should have
Denver?
been higher.
and
You didn't
Denver-
even have Minnesota make the
Agreed.
playoffs.
And Denver didn't have their guys.
Agreed.
No, you're lying. I had them as an 8th seed. Is it wrong for me to assume that with Denver coming back and the Clippers getting Kawhi, they won't be ahead of you guys?
You didn't have Minnesota in the playoffs.
I did have.
You
I had
picked
them in
the
the
Clippers
play-in.
to beat them in the play-in.
Oh, you talking about at the end? Yeah.
So you flip-flopped.
No, I had the Minnesota still making it as the 8th seed. Why are you doing that? I had the Clippers winning as a 7th seed.
What happened to that?
It flopped, and Paul George got COVID and
Wait,
couldn't make the
what
playoffs.
happened? Timberwolves beat them, right?
Yeah, they beat him.
Okay.
You know what? I can't defend him
Nah,
here.
that's
He's
respect.
like, you were coming crazy.
They
You
beat
got to
him.
answer.
No respect game. You got it. Now the Kawhi's back though. The guy, him. That's the
Who's been
real
injury
him.
prone,
Yeah. All he has to do is play 60 games.
just like Paul George.
All you have to do is play 50 games. I mean,
Straight-
Cat can play 80.
That's a lot of games for them.
Straight face Joel kills me.
I mean,
kills me.
like, what's more important, 60 games from Kawhi or 80 games from Cat?
80 games from Cat.
You're an idiot.
Wait, what?
If Kawhi gets injured late in the season, he can't be in the playoffs. I'd rather have 80 games of Cat.
You don't want to win. You don't want to win. You don't want to win.
Yo,
If Kawhi gets injured late in the season and he can't be in the playoffs,
Come on, you
that's
know what I
huge.
mean, bro.
it's
You know what I
it's 60
mean,
load
bro.
No, I
manage.
didn't know what you
It's
mean.
You
60
know what I
load
mean.
manage.
I
Yeah,
really
you
didn't.
did.
No, I
Come on,
didn't.
bro.
No, I didn't.
You know what, man? Nobody's picking Cat.
Come on.
Bro got locked up by Nicholas Batum in a playing game, bro.
Oh
Come on.
my goodness.
And then went crazy versus Memphis.
Didn't you guys lose?
They lost, but he went crazy. He did his thing.
that is hilarious.
Damn, man.
Keep doubting Minnesota. It's something you have against Minnesota. Something you have against Anthony Edwards.
Listen, Kawhi Leonard has not played more than 60 games since 2016.
It has more rings than the Minnesota. Think about that.
Yeah, I'm with
There we
you.
go. Think about
He
it.
played 60 on the Raptors, 57 for the
won
Clippers, 52
Raptors.
for the Clippers.
Since 2016 is what the Raptors won.
He has 2 rings.
What has he done with the Clippers, bro? Has he had any success in the playoffs?
WCF.
He's nothing.
That's success. Is it right?
No,
But
he
he-
wasn't
he
a part of
wasn't-
that team.
He didn't technically.
He didn't
hurt.
play in the second round.
He got hurt.
But he still was great.
What's Cat's success? He's 8 years in. You talk about D-Buck. What's Cat's success?
He has a play-in victory.
Oh, hey, congrats. You know, first round exit, D-Buck, first time finals. Yeah, that's
It's just
interesting.
amazing to me. Kawhi went to a stacked Toronto team, won a
Stacked.
championship. It was
Wasn't the
stacked.
same? Wasn't that same team DeMar was on and they got bounced all the time?
But that speaks volumes on Kawhi.
Fred
DeMar.
hadn't
different.
ascended yet.
Agreed.
just
Pascal
different.
didn't ascend yet.
True. He's right.
But do you remember against Philly who ascended? Oh,
But what has he done since then? He hasn't made done anything in the
Stop.
playoffs.
You're coming
bro.
crazy.
he hasn't. He just shot on Shaq efficiency last year. Stop.
And didn't win.
Has anybody?
And they
Shaq-
won no
Shaq
championship.
efficiency is like 70%. All right, I'm just letting you know.
And won no
57% as a
Well,
wing.
I
is
mean-
He won
crazy.
no championship, bro.
How are you throwing jokes? And Cat made the playoffs twice and
Bro,
got bounced the first time
You're
twice.
acting like Cat's not my guy. Edwards is my guy.
Oh, Edwards didn't make it once. He
But
got
you just
bounced.
took Karl Anthony Towns 80 games over Kawhi,
Bro,
which is
I'd
why he's
rather.
coming crazy.
It depends on when Kawhi gets hurt. If Kawhi gets hurt in the later part
But
of the
I'm
year,
saying
We're
it's
talking
a,
about
no,
load
exactly. It's a
managing,
load
bro.
manage. He hasn't played more than
load
60
manages.
games since
He load
2017.
managed last year. He load
2016.
managed in Toronto.
like you have this fascination with the Clippers because you're a huge Paul George fan,
We weren't
and
even
you're,
done.
I guess
We were
you're a
talking about
Kawhi Leonard fan
The
as
same
well.
way you have a fascination with Minnesota and Anthony Edwards.
You have been picking the Clippers to win the championship for the last 3 years.
I did pick them last year. They were
You picked them in the bubble. You picked them in the bubble
They
too.
were a healthy Kawhi.
I did pick him in the bubble.
So you've been picking them for the past couple of years. You've been wrong.
You picked the Rockets 5 years in a row. You were wrong 5 times.
That's because James Harden's my favorite player.
Yeah, well, you were an idiot at that moment
So
because he lost 5 times.
And also the Rockets
not my favorite player.
The Rockets lost to the best team assembled in basketball history.
Didn't they?
The Clippers blew a 3-1 lead
To
the
Denver,
difference.
right?
To Denver, yeah.
Interesting. That's a very interesting. Good team. Solid team.
Stop
They got
it.
the Joker.
They lost. They blew a 3-1 lead.
No value.
Kawhi was on that team. Game 7, what did he do? 12 points.
Nah, solid team. Kawhi, you know,
Scrub,
Joker
man.
different. Hey, listen, let me ask you a question. Didn't Harden just have a stinker against
I know
the Heat?
Harden is washed. Why do I care? I don't care about that.
Damn. Get better.
I know Harden's not the same player. I've been saying that this entire year.
I need your loyalty to shine through sometimes.
Have I not been saying that this entire year?
Not the entire year.
But
majority.
It's funny because Rivs picked he picked the Clippers to win in 2019. Picked the Clippers to win in 2020.
Wait.
And now you got to pick them to win in
Let him finish.
2022.
Did I not? Wait.
Can I hear what he says?
I picked the Clippers and the Bucks to go to the finals last year, and I said the Bucks are going to win the finals. I was right. Clear. The year before, in the bubble.
You was wrong about the Clippers though.
Okay, they went to the WCF and
All right, but come on, give him some respect.
Who'd you pick?
No
Who'd you
Kawhi.
pick?
Come on, no Kawhi, and they went to the WCF. Show some respect.
And in the bubble, I was wrong.
The bubble, you were wrong, and I will show you. I will say
But you know
firmly.
what's crazy? He picked Toronto, and guess where they lost in the bubble? In the second round.
Wait, I picked Toronto to what?
You picked Toronto to go to the ECF that year.
It was They lost Game 7 versus Boston.
They lost, right? Didn't Kawhi lose Game 7? Right? They lost, right?
That's not a bad prediction now.
It's
They
a
lost
loss.
in Game
What do you
7.
mean? It's a loss.
Second round.
L.
I picked them to go to the ECF. They lost in the second round of Game 7.
But so
They
you didn't
lost.
have them coming out of the East.
No, I didn't.
You had the Heat coming out.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I picked that year.
I don't remember
I
that.
picked
Really?
that year. I picked Miami to beat Milwaukee in the first round, which was a hot take at the time. I said Miami's going to beat them in 6.
He might be capping.
We
might
could
be
go get back the footage. I could do it for you guys.
That footage
Kevin.
exists?
Yes, it does.
He might be
We're doing it
Kevin.
the podcast at the time.
He might be capping. I don't know.
I don't know either.
My memory is really
I know.
shot. I don't.
I'm gonna send you the videos.
All right.
and you're
All right.
gonna
and I'll
see
give
me.
you no. Listen,
yeah.
I'm here being very even keel right now.
This is the same guy who's a fan of a guy who played in the game 6 and Steph Curry had 33 in the second half. And the other
After
two-
having 0
and
in the
year
first
before
half,
that, they
don't
missed
forget that.
27
You
straight.
see how the argument changes when
No, of
season's
course,
losing.
of
He
course,
brings in James
of course.
Harden
I mean, I
into it.
can't talk about nothing with Anthony Edwards. He hasn't done anything. It's nothing to talk about. There's literally nothing to talk about, bro. What am I
So
going to
talk
say?
about what he's gonna do.
He lost to rookie of the
Talk
year to
about what he's
LaMelo.
gonna do.
L. He's already a loser. Second round, he lost the first round to
He's had
the
more.
Grizzlies.
He's done better in
won.
playoffs than LaMelo though, for sure.
Congratulations. Second round.
LaMelo's made the play in twice and got blown out.
Yeah, first round he lost to the Grizzlies.
He's not on Edwards.
Loser,
He's not the
L.
player Edwards is though.
I mean, what do you
You
want?
know that.
What do you want me
He's
to
not.
tell? What do you want me to tell you?
Stop.
He's
it.
not.
That's your
Stop
man.
it.
He's
Come
not.
on.
There's nothing to
not.
talk about with Edwards. He hasn't won anything yet. He hasn't done anything.
No, I just think it's funny how you've been picking the Clippers to win the championship 3 of the past 4 years. You picked them to make the playoffs this year too, and you've been wrong. Stop betting on the
picked the
Clippers.
Bucks to win last year.
He picked the Clippers to come out of the Western Conference.
He has to
twice.
stop betting on the Clippers.
Listen.
Stop
Next
betting
year,
But I picked the
next year.
but I picked the Bucks to win the finals last year and I won. So what are you saying?
Stop betting on the Clippers.
Who do you bet on? You bet on the Rockets and you was wrong every single
No,
year.
actually, this season I bet on the Warriors. That's what I bet on.
Okay. You also bet on Minnesota. You lost that.
Because it would be very, very unfortunate if the Warriors ended up losing to guys that I chose, the Celtics. Just have to get my way into this conversation somehow.
It's okay, shit.
Thanks, man.